Salutations, players! It is I, Baron Marius von Perfufordink, emissary to his lord, the Emperor Karl Franz, and today we shall be painting up this Ostermark Pistolier for the Empire Army, greatest army in all the land. And now, without further ado, let me introduce His Royal Highness, His Majesty, may he reign forever in the grace of Sigma, the Emperor Karl Franz.
Ah! What is up, players? It is I, your Emperor, and today we are going to be painting this Ostermark Pistolier. Now, Ostermark is known for being the province in my empire that contains the dread city of Mordheim. And for those of you who have been playing in this hobby for a long time, you will remember that Mordheim is the very fun skirmish game that Games Workshop unfortunately no longer supports. But I still love it, I play it all the time with my friends, and now we are going to paint this Ostermark Pistolier. Now this particular figure, Warbaste, has told me he decided that he wanted to paint him because he wanted to follow the fluff in the Sigmar's Heirs sourcebook for the Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 2nd edition. Under the Ostermark section, it says that the League of Ostermark is the official name of Ostermark, and that one of the sample characters that you can play, an example Ostermarker, let me show you in the book. His name is the Viscount Gerhard Grostikisch von Katzerweg, and he's the second son of an obscure Stirlander noble, blah blah blah. But it says here that this particular character is a former noble. Focus! Igor, what are you doing, you idiot? Focus! I'm so sorry. Please don't yell at me. Focus! You're not looking at the page correctly. See, he's a pistolier. Look under the career. That is so awesome and excellent and totally worth painting up. His history is very interesting too. He says that he is the second son of a noble, and that he wanted to go out and kill zombies, and there are other things that are so awesome about it. But now I'm going to turn it over to Warbaste, who will explain to you people who don't know how to speak in the Reglan accent. Yeah!
Whew, thank you, Karl Franz. So that's right, this guy is the finished product. You watched this tutorial today, and I'll show you how to paint his colors. And the story is basically this Gerhard Großkirch von Katzeweg left his home for adventure. He's the noble. He was a noble, but he wasn't destined for greatness because he was the second son. Basically, he was destined to end up in the priesthood somewhere. So, but he thought he was a warrior. He says he's a man of action, and so he took some of his brother's pistols and he departed for adventure, which I think is totally funny. And it says, one night while passing a small village graveyard, 2 zombies attacked him, and without thinking, he drew his pistols his brother had quote-unquote given him, and shot the zombies, killing them with 1 bullet apiece. And from then on, he decided that he was going to kill undead and scour the land looking for undead and kill them and make a name for himself and be totally glorified and win much accolades and honor in battle. So he decided to join the Black Guard, or the Cult of Moor, their knightly order, and they said, no, what, are you crazy? No, that's not, Moor does not go around looking for, vainglorious, hot-headed warriors. So he was like, oh, you guys are rubbish. So now he just spends all of his time like riding around saying that I'm gonna teach them. Those guys, they didn't accept me into their cult. I'm gonna show them how awesome I am at killing zombies and vampires and skeletons and necromancers. Killing what? That they're going to just have to let me into their cult. So that's this guy's background and fluff, and I didn't know if it would make its own episode of Fluff Hunters. I just thought I'd throw it in right here, and Another reason why I love Ostermark, which you'll hear about when I'm painting him, is because it was the setting for Warhammer's Xbox 360 game, the real-time strategy game Mark of Chaos, which I thought was totally awesome. Or Battle March? Is it Battle March? I don't remember. Anyways, I don't paint the horse. I do that before the video starts, and I don't paint. Let's see, just a. Oop. Sorry about that. I was saying I think I only painted the trousers beforehand. Everything else kind of did already. Oh, and the skin tones, because I'm trying not to waste too much time on painting the parts of the models that I show painted elsewhere. I'm trying to only focus on the colors now that we're getting down to the end of our tour of the Empire. Another thing that I'm doing is I'm trying to give like units the same colored feather, so that you can tell which units ride with whom on the battlefield. So I think it's a clever way of doing that, showing differentiation. So thanks for watching, let me know what you think, and we will see you in the next video. Right, here is our Ostermark Noble. Got some great fluff for this guy planned, so I'll wait till that comes out later to tell you that. But I painted up the horse like I normally paint the horses for an Outrider or Pistolier, so you can check out my that video how to do it. I also did the skin tone how I usually do it with the Talon Flesh, and then using out the Rakeland Flesh shade this time for it instead of Ogren Flesh. Works pretty well. What else can we say? That's just about it though. I painted the trousers black and the straps there Camry brown, just to get those out of the way. And now I'm going to shade the straps with some Agrax Earth Shade. But the reason I did that was because I kind of didn't want to spend the time doing that. You've seen me do that before. I think I'm just going to streamline all these videos by making, skipping ahead to the provincial colors, I guess we'll call it. So the thing that I love about Agrax Earth, I'm talking about Agrax Earth Shade. The thing that I love about Ostermark, which we're doing today, it's the purple and yellow, is that they are they're the region that the main character comes from in the Mark of Chaos game. For those of you who've ever played the real-time strategy game Mark of Chaos, or I'm trying to remember what it was called when it got ported over to like the 360. I can't find it on PS3. I can only find it on 360, Xbox 360. But I remember playing that before my 360 got the Red Ring of Fire, the Red Ring of Death, whatever you want to call it, and I had a great time with that game. I just loved being able to get into the fluff of Warhammer, and I mean, it takes place. It doesn't take place in the present. It takes place in the Great War, or right after the Great War of Chaos, and it's a great game. You get to control either the Empire or Chaos, and then in the follow-up to it, you can either be, I think, Orcs or Goblins. And what's the other playable race? I know you're Dark Elves for a while. Skaven, I think, is the other one. But yeah, you also get to take part as, you also get to control some dwarves and elves for a little while. And it's a real-time strategy game, so it's kind of like you have your units, and you just kind of try to beat the computer. But man, such a good game. I think the only thing about it though was it's not a resource game, which means you don't have like servants, peons running off to chop wood or dig gold. Like what you start the game with, or the match with, is what you get, and then you gotta go looking around for resources and more guys and stuff. But I really enjoyed it. I wish they could expand on it and make it, continue supporting it. It was just so great. Okay, we're gonna give him Balthazar Gold, which is going to be the gold trim, and is also going to be the color of this trumpet, or I guess French horn, or Bretonnian horn, as it were. Yeah, so I remember when I was playing, I wasn't really that much into the fluff back then. I was just like, oh, Warhammer video game, cool, right on. But then the main character comes out and he's wearing the purple and yellow of Ostermark, and I was like, that's an interesting color scheme, purple and yellow. But then I just got so used to it over the game. At the end, I was like, man, I want an army that has Ostermark's colors. It's so cool. So I'm glad I get to paint this guy up. So remember, we're doing gold trim. And I'm so happy I found the fluff for this guy in the Sigmar's Heirs supplement for Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, the 2nd edition. It's one of the source books that I love to use. And Ostermark is more of a rural province. It's not as rich. So we're not going to give him too much gold trim. But he is a noble, so we're going to give him a little bit. Just not as much as our boy from Averland. The Pistolier from Averland that we painted a couple weeks ago. Ooh, got some on his sleeve there, that's alright. Still going to paint his at the center. Right. I'll let that dry, and we're gonna get on to the uniform color. So the base of the purple is gonna be our base coat Screamer Pink. And what we're going to do is we're going to color the sleeve in this purple color. If you don't have this, I think the old color is Warlock Purple. Purple and yellow, very Elder Harlequin's color. And remember, we're going all the way in. We're going to go halvesies, which means that we're going to paint the other half of this boy's uniform in yellow. We're also going to paint the, I guess, wrist bracer, this part, in yellow, which means that the other side, to contrast, is going to be purple. Although, I think I changed my mind. I think I'd rather have this pennant be purple. And we'll just make the whole sleeve be yellow. That's right, people. I changed my mind while I'm painting. So I'm really looking forward to this weekend. I've been waiting so long. We have a 3-day weekend because of Memorial Day, which is really cool. So I'm really looking forward to it. Alright, and then we're going to use Averland Sunset as the yellow for the other half, other side. Averland Sunset, coincidentally enough, also used in the Averland painting tutorial. That is too much. You'll notice I didn't paint his straps yet. Straps that are holding his armor down because I wanted to paint the shirt first, and I knew that if I paint the straps I just have to paint back over them because I knew I would make mistakes. Right. A little bit more. Then I'm gonna paint the wrist protector on his left arm. Very colorful. Okay, we're gonna get some yellow inside the slashes now. So don't worry about it being perfect. It's probably not gonna be. You're probably gonna get some color into the onto the surrounding area, which is totally fine. You just want to make sure you get that color in there somewhere like that. Yellow is still, it's always going to be one of those tricky colors that you just gotta apply carefully and apply often. So now I'm going to touch up the mistakes that we made with Screamer Pink. There we go, that looks pretty cool. Now I can paint in the straps. And before I do that, I'll give it just a little bit longer to dry. We'll paint the chainmail for the helmet. I think I missed the helmet when I was painting all the metal earlier. The color you can color any, the feather color you can make anything you want. I decided to go with red. I'm gonna paint all my pistoliers with red feathers, so no matter what uniform they have, the feathers and the horses will kind of unify them. It's the same with my infantrymen. I'm gonna divide them up by colors of their plumage. I think that would be a really cool way to separate them on the battlefield, you know? Say that they're all disparate soldiers from different regions of the empire coming together for a great battle, and so the general decided to say, well, you know, I don't want to force you to wear the colors of my home province, so why don't you just wear your uniform and I'll give you different colored feathers for your hats. That's how you'll know what unit you're in. Because maybe they don't have the time to prepare, get all the uniforms ready together, whatever, but I think that's pretty fluffy. Also, it lets me paint up whatever I want instead of have to slog through, you know, a horde of however many swordsmen in this color and then halberdiers in this color. Finally, the last reason why I think this is a cool way of doing my Empire army is because it allows me to paint and film these videos where I paint different provinces. If I only had like an Averlin army, then I would be stuck painting everything in Averlin colors. And I wouldn't be able to share it with you, good people of YouTube. So, this works out best on so many fronts. My fluffy Empire army. Alright. Das ist gut. Painted on a little bit more gold there. Alright. Next, we are going to paint some non-oil. Onto the armor. That is my non-oil. Here we go. Not as shiny. yeah, so I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers, old and new, for tuning in and watching my videos. I really appreciate it. And filming these just make me happy. Getting them painted and ready to play makes me happy. So everybody is a winner. You know what I mean? Okay, what do we do now? We will paint some of the new sepia onto the yellow, and the sepia color is Seraphim Sepia. You can also use the yellow wash, like I would be doing if I hadn't lost it. I'm so ashamed of myself. No, but seriously, the yellow wash is pretty good. This new sepia isn't as yellow. It's a little bit more brown than the previous Griffin sepia, but to shade yellow, it's a very good job. Okay, and then we're gonna add some Carroburg Crimson, or the purple wash color, or Leviathan Purple, whichever you have access to. Personally, I like the Carroburg Crimson Red because it keeps this kind of reddish tinge to the Screamer Pink. And try to keep it out of the slashes, of course, because that's where your yellow is. Okay, we're gonna let that dry. Once we come back, we are going to highlight up the purple and the yellow, and then we'll be done. In the meantime, I will paint the bases. The base. All his bases are painted by me. Alright, now we're moving on to the highlight colors. For the purple, we're going to use Pink Horror. And we're just going to use this as a very fine highlight every so often, right where the highlights would be most prominent. So like there at the edge of the scarf, or this pennant thing on the bugle, French horn. Here's where we're really gonna get to use it well, on the sleeve. You don't really want to cover up the original purple, because then it's just going to look like, you know, pink. You want your highlights to be barely noticeable, but just make them look like they're naturally catching the light and reflecting. Less is more. Right, there's the purple, nice rich beautiful purple. For the yellow we have two highlight colors. First one is Erio yellow, which I kind of equate to the old golden yellow. So I'm going to stay away from the yellows inside the sleeves and just kind of focus on the more obvious arm cuffs. Up here with this collar. Sleeves. Okay, and the second highlight color for the yellow is going to be Flash Gets Yellow, and this is just a really fine highlight. There. So there you have it. He's just about done. One thing we're gonna do is highlight the trumpet with Gehenna's Gold, or if you have the old Shining Gold, that would work too. I'm gonna go do his base and see if there's anything else I gotta do. I don't think so. To do his base, then I'm going to... I might highlight up the skin. I kind of really didn't pay too much attention to the skin. I just did like the base coat and the wash, so I'm probably gonna go back and then highlight the skin a little bit, and then we'll be done. And then we'll wrap up the video. I'll show you the finished model, and we will have our Ostermark Pistolier ready for battle. Hey, Maki! Maki, what are you doing? Maki in the box. Maki, I am trying. How am I ever gonna clean this room with you in all the boxes? Maki, get out of the box! And we are done, players. I put some clump foliage down there. There was one of those unsightly connector pieces that connect the horse to the base. You just rewind like 10 seconds and you'll be able to see it. Painted the base up like I usually do. Added in some steppe grass from Army Battlefield. as per my usual basing methods. And yeah, so I'm done. So here's my guy. Really happy with him. I shaded his flesh a little bit more. I mixed in the Bugman's Glow, which is the new flesh color, the new flesh base. It just looked too ruddy, so I mixed in some Deneb Stone and it looks really nice. Gonna have to find one of the new colors that I can mix it with, since you know, once I run out of Deneb Stone it'll be gone for good, but I'm really happy with it. Now my Ostermarker is ready to go to battle with my Averlander, and it's awesome. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope you enjoyed the little fluff at the beginning of this video. Let me know if you have any questions or anything like that. If not, I'm gonna try to see how much of my requests I can get through this weekend, but it's probably gonna take me a while to get through everything. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little bit of Empire, and we'll see you in the next video.